So today I'm going to give you my thoughts on Jack Wilshere losing his first game as Luton Town manager. We lost 2-0 at home against Mansfield, and I'm going to start off by talking about Mansfield, and then I'll talk about how pathetic the Luton performance was today, I felt. So I'm going to give full praise to Mansfield. I thought they did everything right. I thought they won the midfield battle, and 9 times out of 10, if you win that midfield battle, you go on to win the game, and they did exactly that. They won a lot of their battles all across the pitch, is how I saw it. I haven't looked at the stats on who won most battles, but from my eyes, it was Mansfield. I also felt that they basically got onto the second balls a lot better than what we did. I thought they defended extremely well. They cleared their lines when they needed to. And then when they did get into our half, into their attacking half, they moved the ball at a certain tempo. And that's what you've got to do. If you're going to break teams down, you need to move the ball at a certain tempo. And you also need to show a bit of movement. If you compare that to what we did, it's like 2 worlds apart. And that's the difference. And look, I spoken to a Mansfield fan before today's game, and their ambition is just to, be a mid-table side. They'd be happy with that. If that's what a mid-table team looks like, and that's how they perform, we are completely miles off it. And I kind of laughed at people when they said, not getting relegated should be the aim, from a Luton's perspective. I look stupid now for laughing at those people. And to be fair, there might be some people watching this video now going saying, Lewis, we already are laughing at you at certain things you've said so far this season. To be fair, nothing changes in that department. But it's quite mad to see that that's a team that is near us in the table, and that's how they performed, and we just look completely off it. I think today showed how much work Jack Wilshere and his new coaching staff need to do. Because I thought Mansfield were absolutely excellent. I thought the way they played was brilliant. And if I was a Mansfield fan and I walked away from that stadium, I would be looking at the team thinking, how on earth did we not win 5-0? And I'm not even being dramatic when I say that. It could have easily have been 3-0 at half-time. And then again in the second half, they looked the miles better team than what we did. They had the penalty. I think from the sounds of things, they should have had a penalty regardless. Apparently there was something that happened before it. I couldn't tell from where I was sitting in the stadium. But they got the penalty through a handball and Anderson, and it was a nice penalty. That's how you take a penalty, by the way, Naki Wells. Not what you tried to what you tried to do in the first half. I don't know what that was. That was a really poor attempt at a penalty. That wasn't a good save. That was an awful penalty in my view. But look, if I was a Mansfield fan, I'd be walking away thinking, how on earth did we not win by more goals? And 2, how on earth have we had an easy day? Because I think it was easy for Mansfield. I think in the 70th minute, when it got to the last 20, 25 minutes of the game, I think they just felt, you know what, Luton are not scoring here. We don't need to work as hard as what we have been for the first 70 minutes. I think they took their foot off the gas because I think they knew, actually, Luton are not going to score here. They've got no confidence. And it does show the players have no confidence. But I'm fed up of saying that. I'm fed up of saying that these players have the wrong mentality, don't have the right confidence when we need to the most. We don't have quality when we need to show it. We don't win our battles. There's no fight. It's spineless again. Like, if I'm Jack Wilshere now and I'm thinking, right, my starting 11 for Northampton, which players that started against Mansfield should be starting against Northampton? There's only one player. We all know who it is. It's Clark. And he got the biggest cheer of the afternoon because he was man of the match. He didn't have to, play that well, to be honest, to get man of the match because that's how bad it was from our perspective. But it's a Nathan Jones signing that's the one that's standing out compared to the rest. And what I find absolutely baffling, and I was speaking about this with my dad in the car on the drive home, how can our new signings, the 14 new signings that have just came through, haven't been at the football club for that long, how can they be lacking confidence? How can you be lacking confidence? How are you not got confidence? You're at a new club, you should be, running for a brick wall for the team. You should be, having a point to prove. How do you not have confidence? I don't get it. I don't get it. And I just praying this is the worst it's going to get under Jack Wilshere. I am absolutely praying this is the worst it's going to be. But I really don't know. I didn't think it could get worse than Stevenage. And today kind of proved that it can get worse than Stevenage. I thought in spells in the first half, and I think Jack Wilshere referenced it in his interview after the game, we looked okay. I didn't think we were great, but we looked okay. I felt, if we scored the penalty, it could have been a completely different game, but then Mansfield should have scored after 4 minutes, if I'm being honest with you. I think Kadir had a really good chance, a good pass and move play, with Chris Makossa being the right back, and then Kadir was, unmarked, had got a shot away, just wide of the post. I think Clark hit the bar or post in the first half. In the second half, we didn't even have a shot on target, I don't think. That's bad. For a team that's 2-0 down, not to have a shot on target in the second half, that's awful. When we were losing games under Nathan Jones, and I do apologise that I keep bringing up Nathan Jones and referencing him, but it just shows you how much we've fallen off since he was our manager. When we were losing games under Nathan, at least we looked like we could get a goal back. At least we looked like we didn't know when we were beaten. Right now, we know when we're beaten. We can all see it. And that's a massive concern. This is not a team that's going to win promotion. It's miles away from it. We need to, I also feel like, just never talk about promotion again this season. And someone replied to my social media post today, the task now is to stay up. And I can't disagree with that comment. It is now to stay up, because if we get a third relegation in a row, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Honestly, I really don't. But what we're trying to do, we're just not doing it to a basic level. It's not even that difficult what we're asking the players to do. What we're asking the players to do is move the ball with a bit of urgency and show some movement off the ball. It ain't hard to do that. Too many players today did not turn up. I'm talking about Fane in the midfield. I don't know what he was doing in that first half. Not involved. Ali, meant to be one of our top players this season, not involved. Kadir needed to do a bit more, in my opinion. Both wingers needed to do more. Naki Wells, not good enough. But then again, the defence, slow at moving the ball, taking far too many touches with it, standing on the ball at times, which I thought was a joke. I thought Cal Naismith was poor. He's meant to be captain. He's meant to be motivating the players around him. He's not doing it. I don't see it from him. And what I don't get is, as well, another thing. Why are we lumping the ball to a midget striker? No disrespect to Naki Wells. I know he's probably trying. He's probably low in confidence. He's missed a penalty. By the way, he should be taken off penalties. But why are we lumping the ball to him? Why are we lumping the ball to him? If we're going to do that, have a 6-foot plus striker on the pitch. I just don't get it. I would love someone who's got years of experience in football to tell me some clear answers here. Because I just don't get it. I don't understand the logic in lumping the ball to a striker who 9 out of 10 times is going to probably lose that challenge, that first initial challenge, by a Mansfield defender. I just don't get it. And then when we lose that initial first battle in the air, we don't pick up the second balls, we don't pick up the third balls, we don't pick up the fourth balls. Mansfield all over the pitch today deserved it. Easiest probably game they've played all season, and their fans were singing it at the end. How embarrassing is it that we've got to this point? It really is embarrassing. I thought Naki Wells should have came off a lot sooner. I thought the subs actually, I don't want to be extra critical on the coaching staff because they've only been here for a week, but I do think that the substitution should have been done a lot sooner. A 4-3-3 formation is a positive formation to play. Someone on the radio on BBC Three Counties was like, it's such a negative setup. It's not. A 4-3-3 is an attacking setup. But we're just not playing it to the correct standards, in my opinion. But yeah, I just don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to Northampton away. I don't know why I'm putting myself through this pain and suffering. I don't get it why I'm doing it to myself. But I just hope this is the worst it's going to get. And I really pray that Jack Wilshere, Chris Powell and the rest can figure out a way to instill some belief in these players. It feels like we need a bit of luck and maybe a result to turn things around. I don't know. I really don't know. But what I do think we need to sort out is the right back position, because Chris Makossa is not a right back. He just doesn't have the technical ability. There was one or two things he did well today, but I think technically he just doesn't have it. Physically, he is a defender. We know that, and we know he's got good physical ability. But technically, it's a problem, and I feel like it's impacting the balance of the team when I'm watching it. I just don't think he progresses with the ball well enough. in that right back position. I don't think his positioning is good. I think we get caught out too often. His passing ability isn't good enough, which also impacts the way we're trying to build out from the back. It's a problem. We can't link things up with someone who's not comfortable playing in that position, in my opinion. So if we don't have a fit right back available, now I know people are going like, why didn't we not sign a right back? We've got we've got 4 players that can play right back at this football club. We've got Walters, injured. Isaiah Jones, injured. Hakeem Adofin, injured. That's 3 players there. Nigel Longvite can also play right back. That's 4 players there that can play right back, and all 4 of them are injured. So I don't expect the football club to sign another right back there. So if we've got no fit right back, why don't we promote an under-21 lad or an under-18 player who's natural in that position? Why are we so believe in our academy? Why don't we not believe in them? Like, give them the opportunity. Chigozie, I think, can play right back, and I think he has done for the under-21s. He can play as a centre-half and as a right back. Why don't we just play him? What's the worst thing that can happen? Because we're already losing games of football. So losing games of football with an under-21 right back is not going to make any difference. I just feel like it will make the balance of the team a lot better. But that's my rant about right backs, and I'll talk about that more in tomorrow's video. But as I've already said, I just hope it gets better under Jack Wilshere. But I think today proved that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I didn't expect an amazing performance. I just expected a team that was willing to fight for a new manager, and they couldn't even do that. So that's the worrying signs there. But look, I just pray he gets it right. Thank you for watching. Smash the like button. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts. If you're new to my channel, hit that sub button. I'm trying to hit 6k subs before the end of the year. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.